A young woman has been brought back to life in a Franken-style experiment, and she goes on a Kentucky tour full of indulgence, discovery, and rooting. It's a classic tale of a college graduate finding oneself with bad boys before settling down with a mild-mannered beta. Strap yourself in for some farcical madness in Poor Things.
Hello there, you loose units, and welcome back to another episode of Spicy Boy Reviews. I'm, of course, your host, Andrew Iles. That's right, Poor Things, directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, known for directing The Lobster and The Killing of a Sacred Deer. We meet our protagonist, Bella Baxter, an awkward, childlike young woman who is learning to walk, talk, and how to rub one out. She's an experiment for mad Dr. Dr. Godwin Baxter, played by Willem Dafoe, who looks like a cross between Jigsaw and Rocky Dennis. We discover that Dr. Godwin Baxter discovered the body of Bella Baxter washed up ashore after she bungee jumped off a bridge without a cord. And he brings her fresh corpse back to his laboratory, where he discovers that she is indeed pregnant and the unborn child is still alive. And he does what any mad doctor would do. He ends up throwing the woman's brain out and replacing it with the unborn child's. So now Bella Baxter has a young woman's body with the mind of a child. And she's starting life all over again, referring to her surrogate father and creator as God. As subtle as a sledgehammer movie. Dr. Godwin also employs a young up-and-coming doctor by the name of Max to help him study Bella. But it's not long before a wedding bells start chiming, because Dr. Godwin has picked Max to be Bella's life partner. That is until slimy bad boy lawyer Duncan comes on the scene, played by a scene-stealing Mark Ruffalo. He's here to sweep Bella off her feet and travel the world on a Kentucky tour, see the sights, and give her an unlimited amount of dick. She decides to leave Max in waiting while she goes discover herself travelling around the world with this bad boy. And along the way she's going to soil all of her oats until she gets tired and comes back and settles down with Max. We then get an epic self-discovery of our protagonist Bella. She learns the ways of the world and experiences orgasm after orgasm after orgasm. It's fair to say there's a butt-ton of nudity and sex in this film. I mean, someone get Bella a glass of water because she's a thirsty bitch. It's not long before the real world and reality bite Bella on the porcelain white buttocks and her IQ grows. This film is awkwardly and outlandishly funny, having some really quotable lines. Of course, there's some immensely pretentious framing here of like black and white fish lenses and vibrant colours looking like an oil painting come to life. The movie is otherworldly as well, not passing it off as reality, but almost like a Victorian-era steampunk utopia. And of course, without saying it, looks damn good. You really do feel that runtime though of 2 hours and 20 minutes, but I think it's sort of merited because we're on a journey here of self-discovery with our protagonist Bella. So by the end of the film, you really want to feel like you've grown with her and learnt with her, and I'm going to say you do. I will say though that this film is a modern third wave femo's wet dream. I will give you the rundown / structure of this film, so I'm going to preface with spoiler alert! It's very on the nose with Bella, our protagonist here, breaking free of the chains of her surrogate male counterparts. Then she's travelling the world to find herself with a bad boy, while she gets all of the dick and side puss that she can handle. And she doesn't really suffer any real consequences either with the decision making, just everyone around her doting on her and falling in love with her free and modern way of thinking. And oh, she's so unconventional. Of course, along the way, she makes some of that money by selling her sex. OnlyFans, anyone? Then coming back to her home, nice and snug, by being a respective doctor for reasons, and settling down with a really nice gentleman who loved her all along. Him even going as far to say at one point, "Oh no, Bella, I respect you. Your body is your own. What you do with that is up to you. I just want your heart. I have always loved you." So showing modern femos that they can have their cake and fuck it too. As subtle as a sledgehammer movie. In saying all that, the film is very funny and entertaining, and it proves that Emma Stone, yet again, is a magnificent actor. Her mannerisms and performance is off the charts. I mean, surely she's going to get nominated for this. All that being said though, without a doubt, the best on-ground MVP, most entertaining of this film was the one and only Mark Ruffalo. He stole every scene that he was in. He's disgustingly entertaining and hilarious as this foppy, snivelling, womanizing cad. Every piece of dialogue out of his mouth is so entertaining. And he really leaned into this sort of villainous role. I mean, he's always been a very capable actor, but this role showed me how he could sort of lean into a role and have lots of fun with it. And honestly, he knocked it out of the park. This is one of those movies that's very artsy, like the director's previous work, and it might be one of those films you watch every couple of years. Like, you talk about it, you think about it, and, a couple of years will go by, you start to forget about it, you chuck it on and go, oh yeah, that's right, it is a work of art, and then forget about it again for a couple of years. Purposefully artistic. However, I hope you're wearing a helmet while watching this with how heavy-handed it is with its message. It's the film that hipsters will cream their overpriced vintage jeans for, and film students will have a roundtable discussion about how it's anti-patriarchal, without them knowing that even the normies and norms can understand this. As subtle as a Sledgehammer movie. Anyway, it is worth a watch. It is quite entertaining. That's my review of Poor Things. Write down below if you've seen it, if you're excited about it, and what is your favourite film from this director. And of course, if you made it this far into the episode, please give me a thumbs up because your love and support keeps me going because I just love movies, and I assume you do as well. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe icon because I give it an episode weekly. And I'll see you back here next week for the next review, and until then, stay spooky, kids.